Hello and welcome to another episode of Business Beat with me, Odette. Today we're talking about the business of styling. Is this fashion design? Is this just limited to what you're wearing? Joining me is Lindani, celebrity stylist and fashion designer. Lindani, hello and welcome to Business Beat.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Is the business of styling a business?
Yes, and you can make money if that's the question, yes.
Is it only for very rich people and celebrities? Can anybody be styled? Should anybody be styled?
Firstly, anybody can be styled for an event, for example, for an emergency. So let's just say you have an event you're going to and you want to be styled for an occasion. That's for the average person. But there are rich people and rich housewives, for example, who want to be styled for a living because they want to look lavish for a lunch or just look amazing every day, where they can have a stylist and give them a retainer.
What about ordinary people who go to work and who work in a corporate environment? Is styling and personal appearance, what they wear and how they present themselves, even a factor?
I think everybody deserves styling. Everybody should be styled. The way you look is important because I always say to people, fashion is a language. Before I speak to you and greet you, what you are dressed in or how you look tells me who you are.
Right.
I can just judge you by the way you dress. Okay, she's this person, or she's mean, or she's sweet, or she's this person by the outfit you dressed in. So people should invest in their image. People should invest in how they look. Of course, there's budget constraints. Of course, you may be thinking, I have a 9-to-5 job, I don't have a big salary. Why is it important? It's important to look good, and there are ways of people being styled for their budget.
I think that if you are able to mix and match a few things,
True.
you can actually, on a very tight budget, you can still present yourself as being professional, as looking good. And I think that in the workplace, it's important to build your own personal brand. Is there a school? Is there a qualification? Is there a place where you can go to learn about fashion styling? Is it just a talent?
You can be trained to be a fashion designer, to construct garments, to cut patterns and make clothes. So if you have the eye, it just comes naturally where you can look at a person's body, complexion, height, and say this will work for you. But I found that there's many institutions that have opened recently where they are offering styling, where they can guide you, but they can't really teach you how to style. You know,
Yes.
It's a God-given talent. It's either it's
Yes.
there or not there.
So in your business, I know that you've now opened a retail store and you've taken your styling into fashion design and now into retail
Yes.
as an entrepreneur. What inspired that journey for you?
The brand just exploded. People showed interest, and I grew my brand over the years. So people who've been watching me over the years are like, please do something, please have a shop. Can we find you somewhere besides social media? Because this thing of just existing as a business on Facebook or Instagram is not enough. People want to meet you. People want to try on the clothes and feel the fabric. So I have a space now where you can come in, consult, sit down with me. I ask you questions and I style you. I give you a makeover. Or I give you a whole look from head to toe, and it's a whole journey. So it's a space where people can be transformed.
And it doesn't have to be a break the bank kind of budget, right?
No, we work with what you have, and sometimes it's more a consultation where I'll tell you what to use in your own wardrobe and you go and apply.
So I'm glad to hear that you offer a service for everybody and that you now have a place, a studio, where anyone can come
Yes.
and can consult.
Yes.
Do you have garments that you purchase that are sort of ready to wear, or do you design from scratch?
I do best of both, but because I've been styling for the past 12 years, I've collected wardrobe for the past 12 years. And as a stylist, I know classic items. So I've got a lot of blacks and white. The monochrome stuff you can never go wrong with. So I've got pants, skirts and stuff. So if a client says to me, I'm in the corporate space, already I have stuff
Something for them, yeah.
If they want evening wear, I'll clear the rail. So my rail changes according to the client. It's a lot of work because it's one rail I have in the studio that's for the specific client, so it becomes special and unique for you. And then also you obviously email me or tell me your sizes, and I have stuff in your size, and we go through a journey where are you into pants, into skirts, into fitted dresses, into flare dresses, you know?
So your journey as an entrepreneur, how did that start? Did you just wake up one day and say, I'm not for the corporate world? Or did you fall into entrepreneurship as a means to earning an income because that was your only option?
I always knew that I don't see myself working in an office space That's how I got into fashion in the first place. But I also knew I liked the idea of working with people, having my own time frames, being my own boss. But I needed to find a way to make money to live a lavish life, you know? And how do I make money from dressing people? I have to attract all types of clients, so the very moneyed one to the middle, to everyone, and then some way I end up having like a great income. But also sometimes I make my money by saying to a client, listen, you can just buy this whole wardrobe for this amount, where I actually get to sell the stuff. There's an option of hiring. So I've made this a business by offering different services. I get clients to say to me, I'm going to a wedding. I can't keep this dramatic dress. Can I just hire? And I hire the dress, and one dress can be worn by 5 different people and make me money. So that's the business behind it.
So that's quite clever. That's how you're monetizing.
Yes, but the dress might cost me 5,000 rand to produce in the first place,
right,
to manufacture it, but the dress might give me 50,000 rand. So that's the business element. I have to survive. I need to, you know, make money.
What are the 3 lessons you've learned as an entrepreneur in terms of marketing your business and building your brand?
The most important one, social media is so important. I think we sleep on social media, that everything you post, you don't know who's watching it, and the person seeing your post is a potential client. Secondly, which people don't speak about a lot, is word of mouth. If I look after you and I am good to you, you're gonna tell 4 friends. If I'm rude to you, it's the same thing.
Yes.
So word of mouth, how you treat people, how you make them feel, is so important, because people go on and they tell people. But I think lastly, it's important to understand your clients, understand their budgets, understand where they come from, understand what they can wear and what they can't wear, and respect that, and not impose yourself on clients.
The move to retail, to have the studio space, when everything is online, do you think that that's the right step for a long-term business? Or is that an interim step until you go to the next level?
Firstly, I'm not big on online shopping personally, you know, and I'm speaking now as a consumer. I always get scared of buying something that you haven't touched and haven't felt and haven't seen in your body.
Yes.
So I know that I speak to a larger audience that's like, no, I'm not buying something from Instagram. I want to see it. I want to try it on. So having a space where people can physically come and try on the clothes is such a wise move from a business point of view.
I agree.
And also, me having a space where people can come in broadens it, because now people are like, oh, you don't only style, you also make clothes. Can you make me this? Can you make me this? So my brand is expanding, you know, and long term, I want to have other branches and be in Durban and be in Cape Town and be international.
I am looking forward to perhaps being styled by you one day.
Of course.
I will definitely pop by the studio, and I wish
you.
you every success in your business.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it, guys. If you think that styling is only for the stars, you've got it wrong. If you have an eye for fashion, you could be the next celebrity stylist, and you could take a whole lot of people on a new journey in terms of building their brands whilst you build your own. Until next time.